Jake, I have another study that I found for you that I think you're going to really like.
Tell me.
I'm sure that you've heard a lot about antibacterial hand soap out there. We've been using it for years, right?
Yeah, pandemic was very popular item.
Hand sanitizer during the pandemic just had its heyday, right? It was very popular. But I've always heard, and I think you would agree with this, that hand sanitizer not only kills the good bacteria on your hands, or the bad bacteria on your hands, but also the good bacteria.
That's correct.
And so there's this new trend going around, this new thing that's saying that we should not be washing our hands with antibacterial hand soap, but that we should actually be putting bacterial hand soap onto our hands. Okay? So, people are starting to sway in this different direction. I'm reading this. According to a video that I saw on YouTube, the New York City Sewage Department has partnered with Dial Hand Soap to create something called Swampy Soap that siphons out human and animal excrement from the Hudson River and combines it with their most popular fragrances like white tea, sweetwater, lemon sage, and sweet watermelon.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I guess there's just the idea of if you can put just a lot of bacteria on your hands, you'll be more immune. There's a quote from the New York City Mayor Eric Adams in this article. It says, "Early studies are in, and they're saying that swampy soap is the new age of immunity."
I believe it.
So
I believe it. How short-lived would the pandemic have been if instead of shelling out sanitizer, we were shelling out dirt?
I think so. It makes sense.
Get some dirt on your hands.
Yeah.
Get them dirty a little bit.
Whenever you're doing house projects and you need to just have somebody deliver a truckload of dirt. Yeah, you don't need truckloads of hand sanitizer. You just need a massive mound of dirt. And and you could even have a neighborhood pile of dirt where you're all going and just kind of wiping your hands on the dirt, or fertilizer even. Let's go as far as to say some cow dung.
Yeah.
Something like that. Some guano from the bats.
Bat full circ.
So, yeah, you're welcome.
Everyone out there to imagine someone you grew up with, maybe someone you know now, who is maybe dirty. They're a dirty person.
They're the scuzz of your life.
They grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
They grew up around literal dirt. Now, I want to ask you a question. Does that person have a gluten intolerance? Does that person you're thinking of have asthma? No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They don't have a lot of things.
They don't have much. They have diabetes and good health. 363 days out of the year.
But they do. They have none of those problems.
Let me read one more thing here from the head of the Department of Environmental Protection in New York City.
Okay.
His name is Rohit T. Agarwala. They call him RIT.
Okay.
He's encouraged us to wash our hands with Swampy more. Swampy. They're calling it Swampy.
Okay.
Soap. Even going as far as to coin the new phrase, "start the spread," signifying the idea of spreading the fecal matter soap all over your hands. So...
Start the spread. Heighten the curve.
Yeah, heighten the curve. The curve of foam in your hand. Do a little bit of remember whenever you were in the hot tubs back in the day and you had foam all over your face. You're like, I'm George Washington. I'm Santa Claus. Do that with Swampy soap.
With dirt.
Yeah.
Do it until your entire face becomes black.
Too far. I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
Ghostrunners podcast.
Oh, it's another Monday to start the spread. Brad, what are you spreading this week?
I'm spreading love and joy and peace and happiness, brother.
Yeah.
What are you spreading?
I'm spreading
mulch.
Yeah. Mainly just landscaping.
I'm just aerating right now. It's aerating season for me.
Just spreading.
Did your dad aerate back in the day?
No, I never heard the term until I started golfing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm sure you notice, well, maybe you don't, how good grass is now that you're golfing. Do you notice it on the course or do you notice it everywhere or do you not care?
I think only on the golf course.
Does it?
I don't have any pride in my lawn yet.
Yeah, but I'm sure it makes a big deal how good the grass is on the course. Do you get frustrated if you hit one that's supposed to be, somewhat in the has this happened in the golf where it's you hit it in the fairway, but the fairway is actually not as well kept as it should be?
Sure. Or the greens are really thick. It's like carpet. It's oh my gosh, it's not fun to putt on. Or the rough is really unkept. It's just clover. It's these are just borderline weeds in the rough.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I mean. Yeah, they should call it the weeds. I'm in the weeds.
I'm in the weeds. Yeah, I don't know types of grass, but I know ones I like and don't like.
Do some golfers know like, oh man, this one's bluegrass, so it's not going to run?
Oh, totally.
Really?
Like the Lukes and the Scotts of the world. Yeah,
Really?
they know the difference in like Kentucky bluegrass and like Bermuda.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, we're going on a bachelor party golf trip.
Oh yeah.
In what? A couple weeks from listening to this.
Yeah.
Can you give me some phrases that I can say that would like, I want to be like annoyingly like educated in golf, even though I don't know anything. And like, I want to like just say like, kind of like I do with the camera stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Timon, I don't know if you've heard me ever like, but I'll just be like, the f-stop. I mean, look at the FPS on that is way too high.
Brad
and
knows
we need to
enough
lower it
buzzwords.
down on the, all these different things. Lower down the what is it? FPS.
Just tell us the words you know for cameras.
Aperture.
Yeah.
You
And
know-
what's the difference in aperture and f-stop?
Nothing. They're the same.
Good,
They're the
good.
same number. I actually know some stuff now that I've like used the camera, but most of the time, whenever we're filming stuff for Gene Shorts, I'm like, Jake, do I do the wheel or do I not do the wheel? And you're like, do the wheel. And if I don't know how to do the wheel, I'm just like, here you go, you take it.
I wonder how well I could do with that with woodworking. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of, did we do too much grit?
Too much grit.
Too much grit sanding it?
Too high of a grit. You
Too
think?
high grit?
Sometimes when you do too high of a grit, the stain doesn't absorb very much.
We need to flatten the curve of the grit. It's too much grit.
yeah. Did we do too much grit?
Too much grit?
I mean, what do you think?
Did
Too
we
much
hit the
grit on that?
gritty too much last night? I don't know about you guys.
Oh man, I think
Just wood types.
woodworking social media is not that cool, believe it or not. And I think that if you did a video where you hit the gritty while you were sanding, it would go nuts on woodworking.
Whoa, this guy's a
Like,
genius.
because the gritty is probably just now getting to woodworking.
Yeah, I
you know,
see.
like
it's kind of like the Southwest Missouri
Yes.
of the internet.
Oh yeah, and some things it's like very advanced, but most things it's very behind the times. Man, I'm actually kind of excited to make a reel about hitting the gritty.
You should. That's yours. You take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Annoyingly specific, like golf terms to like reference or whatever.
Like I just like the idea of being like, man, like, I mean, this isn't Zoysia like back home, and so it's just the greens aren't running quite as fast. Or is running? Quite,
yeah, actually,
are the greens running? Like,
yeah. There's a.
how are they running today? How are they?
I even need to look this up. Oh, on the stimp meter.
Stimp?
Stimp.
How do you
think
spell it?
STIMP.
Okay.
I'm a mother. STIMP. It's the stimp rating. So
Okay.
it's like how fast or slow the green is. Like that's a term. It's almost like annoying to say. Like I've never used.
That's what I want. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
be that
that's
guy.
perfect.
I
Yeah.
want to be that guy, and I want to teach Gunner to be that guy too. So that way, like,
Oh, here's some
we're
sample
gonna
phrases.
whiff the ball, but we're gonna be like, I think it's the stimp. Like honestly, back in Kansas, that wouldn't have happened because the stimp's different.
The stimp. I don't know. It's the
Like, do you
humidity or
think
something.
the accurate way to say it is what's the stimp rating, or would people say?
I don't think you use rating. So
Just-
here on this
just what's the
article,
stimp?
it gives a couple sample phrases. Perfect.
Okay, great.
What's the stimp on this green?
What's the stimp on this green? What are we stimping
The
here?
greens are stimping at 10.5 today.
Really? Yeah.
The green stimp rating is 11.
This green is such a stimp.
I'm a simp for a fast stimp.
I'm a simp for stimps.
This is great. Now everyone's going to send
Okay.
this like their golfer husband to listen to.
Yeah.
That's probably, honestly, I started with probably the best one. I don't
Okay.
know if I'm going to think of anything better than that. You could just say things like, Bryson's kind of fallen off since he joined Live, right?
Yeah. Anything about Liv?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like? Does anybody like talk about the wind or like?
Oh, yeah,
I just
wind's pretty
want.
common.
I just want to have like conversations, pre-shot conversations.
Okay.
About how much I'm going to prepare for my shot, and then when I actually swing, just how bad it's going to be. But it looks like, man, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Okay. On wind.
I'm just having a terrible day today, but I don't know what's going on.
I feel like for me, a somewhat annoying thing, because they're almost like pre-excusing a bad shot. They're like, I thought the wind was blowing this way, but I swear it's like swirling right now.
Swirling, yeah.
I'm like, we're not in a hurricane. I
Yeah.
guarantee you it's not swirling.
Right.
It is blowing north. It will blow north all day. It's how wind works.
Okay.
It's I think that's an easy one. Like,
Just-
is it swirling? Anybody else?
Okay. Great.
What else can we go over? Let's see. Just like
Anything about like how like I imagine you're putting your tee in the ground, and sometimes it's easier to put the tee down there than others.
having trouble getting your tees in today?
You guys
do water,
what kind of stimp moisture is this though, right? Like it must have like they must not be doing the water treatment here very well.
I think just always just complaining about the bunker, just the sand.
Okay.
The sand is hard.
Okay. Yeah, maybe
Gosh.
any kind of different, they got sand scales.
Honestly, I don't know about the sand scales. I mean, if you made one up, I don't know if people would know, like, oh, I guess I never
Okay, let's make one up real quick. What's the sand scale? Darude?
Darude sandstorm. That's good.
What's the rude on this? The rude. I'll say the rude scale.
on this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the rude scale?
Is that high? I mean, it seems like pretty soft sand. I don't know.
If I ever hit one in the sand, I'm taking it out of that thing and putting it on the edge.
Another thing you can, this is good too. This is like kind of high level golf. A flyer lie. You familiar with this?
Flyer lie? Is that
Yes.
fly or flyer like you're somebody who flies?
I also was confused on this too. I was like, is this 3 words or 2? 2 words.
Flyer lie.
I'm a flyer. I'm a Philadelphia Flyer, but I don't tell you the truth about it.
Oh, okay.
Flyer lie. It's basically like, this happens more often in the rough,
Okay.
the weeds, if you will.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not used to being in the weeds because I know the stemp so well that I keep in the fairway.
Where like, how I understand it, grass is in between your ball and the club. And so when you strike it, it really reduces the backspin, like on like an iron shot that would
Okay.
normally be there. And so your ball actually ends up flying 20, 30, whatever. It just flies way further because there's like almost no backspin on the ball.
Okay.
That's supposed to be there.
Sure.
And so this is also another thing that golfers like to like pre-complain about, like, I might just go 9 iron. I'm afraid about flyer lie. I might go 9.
Okay.
It's like, you're worried about this thing that has like a 10% chance of happening. Like, why would you alter what you're going to do based on the rare chance that this happens?
It doesn't happen very often.
No, it'd be like saying like, what's a good comparison? Like, when I shoot from the top of the key, I actually shoot it extra hard so I can bank it in.
Yeah.
You'd be like, why not just try to make it?
It's pretty hard to bank it in. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, just
Flyer lie.
always talk about flyer lies.
Like, what do you guys think? Should I go 3-wood off the deck here because of the flyer lie? Does that sound good?
That's perfectly on par with like, is the f-stops too much?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to be. That's good. Okay, I found it.
That's a great start to the episode.
Perfect.
That's pretty fun.
Wonderful.
Let's see. Happy Monday, everyone. Timon's in the studio with us again.
What's up, Timon?
What's up, Timon?
I'm here.
We were talking about it. I think you were still in your truck, but it's the Facebook group last night. Somebody posted like, any other homeschool moms?
Yes,
Did you see that?
I saw that. And that they posted on Tuesday, and then we came out with our new episode Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, it was cool.
And the Wednesday episode was the one where Timon was like, Timon, how do you ask a girl out? He's like, well, first of all, I trick her. And so I'm like, yeah, bring your daughters over for this part. I know.
That's a great point. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I want to see the reactions after that.
The post was essentially like, any other homeschool moms geek out when they're in the Timon 16 and homeschooled because they want to set them up with their daughters.
Most eligible B over here with Big Timon.
Which, what does it say about the homeschool community? Like, how low is the bar right now?
No, what? Timon's amazing. We've endorsed him, so therefore he's awesome.
Yes, I will say it's just so funny. Like,
It is
no
wild.
one's seen him. Like,
Nope.
they're just like, oh my gosh, I just couldn't stop thinking about my daughter and Timon.
I mean, you should have heard this guy talk for 5 seconds last episode.
So that's exciting. We'll have to do, spelling reveal will be coming out.
I think
soon,
we should do some kind of like
girlfriend reveal.
I think we should have like a dating show where we have 4 homeschool girls call in.
Yeah.
Blind love with Timon. We call
Yeah,
it something.
and there's like a twist where we don't tell Timon something.
Yeah.
One
Like
of them
one
was a
of the
guy.
girls is blind.
One of them is actually blind.
Yeah.
One of them is not even homeschooled. The one he falls in love with wasn't homeschooled, and he's like, oh, what do I do?
I don't even know you.
Oh no,
Oh my gosh.
we're not compatible in any way now.
So you like use a water fountain? I don't know.
You've washed your hands in public? You started the spread.
I don't know you. Yeah, that's fun.
I don't even know you anymore.
Timon's parents are going to be like, okay, we signed off on letting you work
I know.
during
I
the day.
know.
And now what is it? Now, like, these people are after you and they're not shaving. And now they want to set you up with other homeschool people.
Okay, Timon, I actually had the thought earlier today. I don't know. I was thinking of you. And I was like, it'd be fun to have Timon's. I want to meet your parents sometime.
I had that thought on the way over here, too.
Okay. And
I had that thought while driving.
I thought we should have Timon's parents over for dinner with Jake and Rachel and, have some good ranchers meat and just do it up right. And then I thought, wait, Timon is one of 8 kids. we might want to wait
lot of good ranchers.
till the summertime to do this, where we can all hang out outside or something. Cause I don't think, your parents can't just like, how often are you and your sister out of the house, your oldest sister, and your parents are also out of the house? Like, is it somewhat common? Because you have your youngest is a 4-year-old, so I didn't know.
No, my mom's definitely home a majority of the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it'd be pretty hard to just leave. It'd be one thing to leave. Like, you got some teenage kids. Yeah, okay, leave them for the night or whatever. But
Sounds like we just need to invite ourselves over there.
I had that thought. I was like, maybe we could meet them closer to their house.
Yeah.
I was like, that's still a process to get them out of the house. Maybe we should just go over to their house and bring the dinner to them.
Come on.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's so fun. I literally had that thought this morning.
Really?
I was like, yeah, it'd be fun to like, yeah. I think I was more thinking like take Timon's parents out to dinner or
Yeah,
something,
that'd be
but
fun.
that's good.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
fun.
trying
Both
to
thinking
be
on the way
hospitable
over.
here.
I listened to nothing but the Elvis soundtrack on the way over this morning.
Oh, this is 2 times in a row.
I know. I'll tell you where it comes from.
The soundtrack, not Elvis.
It's true. We veered off from Elvis a couple songs worth.
Is the soundtrack have? This is a stupid question, but does it have Elvis on the soundtrack?
Yeah, maybe a third of the songs or something,
Okay.
maybe half the songs. Not a
Okay.
stupid question. Not
I don't
stupid.
know.
Not
Yeah,
stupid. Not
yeah.
stupid. I think where this is stimping from
Yeah, thank you.
is Rachel and I sat down last Thursday. You were out of town, and we just had like all morning, like 9 to 1 p.m. just wedding planning, just getting a ton of random stuff done, and one of just little stuff of just like
Things you got to check them off the list.
yeah, at some point need to get these done. And so I feel like the Kanakuk programs in me came back out because I get to thinking about like, all right, music and music cues,
Okay.
and the timing of the song. Like,
Right.
what part of the song do we want this to happen?
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of music that happens on a wedding day. You got
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
prelude to the wedding, then you got the whole ceremony, you got different songs for people to walk down the aisle. Then you got 3 different first dance songs.
Right.
You have the song I Now Pronounce You As a Couple. You
Yep.
know, the exit song, but you have like the grand entrance into the reception.
Yep.
But also maybe there's like a grand exit song again.
Yep.
Like when you leave. So anyway, the only one I'm really excited about is an Elvis song for our grand entrance into the reception.
Okay.
Really excited about that.
What-
And it just spawned all this Elvis love again.
You care to share the song?
It is a remix of a song called A Little Less Conversation.
That's
It
what
wa-
I was gonna say.
It was in Bruce Almighty.
It was in Ocean's 11.
Yeah, fun
A
song.
little less conversation, a little more action. Yeah, yeah.
It's
A
nice.
little less time, a little more.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Is
Is that where you're coming out right there?
I think that's when it'll
Okay.
start, and there'll be like 15 seconds of build up. Like, here they're coming,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
coming.
yeah, yeah.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey, everyone, gather up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey, here they come. Little less conversation, a little more action. And then we come in there, it's like, oh yeah, Jake and Rachel.
I know him.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I'm just smiling in my
Yeah,
car
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about it. I'm just like so
He does
happy.
because he goes up an octave for that part.
Yeah.
A little less conversation. A little, yeah.
So
And
to
Timon's gonna
fire
sing
up.
the whole thing.
Yeah, Timon's gonna be doing all the wedding music, a cappella.
Acapella. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
So I think just that song alone, just imagining Rachel and I on our wedding day dancing to that song on the greatest day of our life, it's just like, yeah, I should be listening to more Elvis.
I can't wait, dude. You're gonna be such a blushing groom.
I think so, but also have naturally rosy cheeks.
Yeah, true.
Like, yeah, that's why I said it.
It'll be fun to see you as a groom. See what you're like on like. Are you gonna be like a little nervous
The day of.
You know, I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone's always a little nervous. What does Jake nervous look like? You know, like I've heard like, yeah, I was nervous before the show in Kansas City. I wasn't hanging out with you right before the show. You know, I'm gonna be like right there with you, brother.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
everyone will get to see what nervous looks like.
Yeah.
I wonder
You know-
what it would be. I remember, like, I could think of like the weddings I was in when I was like 21 years old, like when Glenn Higgins got married.
Oh, G.
And
Higgs.
seeing him as a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
Like I got to see that, but I wonder if that was because he was like 21 and he's like, oh my gosh.
Probably part of it. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure there'll be a little like anxiousness, but probably just feels like a show. Just like, I just want to be there. I just want to be doing it.
Yeah. I just want to get it started. Yeah. Absolutely. It's fun. So you got other stuff done for the wedding?
Yeah. We got invitations finally designed. They're coming in. Rachel's wedding colors are very like kind of pastel-y in a way. And so it's just like light pink, light yellow, light blue, light purple. I'm all for it. I'm like, yeah, colors are awesome. Let's get a bunch of colors in here. That's what the bridesmaid dresses are, our centerpiece, everything. And so we're like, hey, let's send a few different pieces out at our invitations that are also like in those colors. I'm like, yeah, love pastels. It's spring, baby. Spring it up.
Like the different like RSVP things or whatever?
Yeah, so there's like one card that's like the invitation, but then there's another card that says like respond, and then another card that says details.
Ooh, details. I love the details.
So if you're invited to the wedding, the one that's supposed to be light purple is basically just white. On a computer
light.
screen, it looks very pastel-y purple, nice lavender.
Yeah.
And it came in, we're like, ooh, that is light.
can't
but
wait.
it's like, whatever.
I'm gonna get all your things, and usually you only like put the invitation up on the refrigerator. I'm gonna put all the different sheets up.
We're just
there.
only put like respond
Yeah.
on there. It's a daily reminder.
Yeah. He must love Jake. He's putting his respond card on there. That's
So
gonna be great.
yeah, we got a good amount done, I feel like, and
Good.
it was fun.
Good.
Bachelor party, real quick. That is changing somewhat. It's gonna be so fun. Might be the first bachelor party in history where not only is my dad coming, but also my future father-in-law is now going to be coming on the trip.
Yeah.
So
if you think I was worried about saying something before,
yeah, what did you say? You and Isaac, you texted Isaac individually.
I was like, bro, who's gonna be the first one to say something they shouldn't have? You or me? Like, I was like, it's gonna be you or me. You know, because that's like
so funny.
I was like, Harrison might say something, borderline, whatever, marriagey, like kind of humor in a group of people. But and then accidentally, Rachel's dad hears, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Isaac and I could just get goofy enough where we're like, right, directly to him.
Like Steve hits a good shot on you in pickleball, and you just like rebuttal with like,
you think that was a good shot? Yeah.
fill in the blank.
Yeah.
You can.
I tell the story. Speaking of Isaac, just putting his foot in his mouth a little bit. Tell the story at golf the other day.
Oh yeah, this is kind of funny. You and Scott were dying laughing at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a few days ago. It was like sunny and 44 degrees, and I was like, oh, we should get out and golf. Turns out that's still pretty cold. I learned my lesson. But Isaac and I just had a twosome that we booked under. We go to the first tee, and there's a guy about to tee off, and we're like, oh, I guess he's in front of us. And then the marshal, of course, old white guy, classic, is like, whoa. You son, your tee time is after them. You have to let them go ahead.
Son?
You son. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you son, right there. Whatever. And I was like, oh, if you're by yourself, go for it.
Sorry, Dad. You say that?
Pa.
Oh, Pa.
Rachel was saying that Rachel's really into Little House on the Prairie and everything. She was like, I really want our kids to call our grandparents Ma and Pa.
That's
I was
sweet.
like, yeah, I do like that.
Hattie just got, it was her birthday yesterday. Hattie got every single episode of Little House on the Prairie on DVD.
Fire.
So we will be watching a lot if you want to come over.
Also saw the Prince of Egypt soundtrack.
Also Prince of Egypt soundtrack. Just homeschool vibes all over the place.
Being raised right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Loving it.
Anyway, but the marshal's like, no, he can't play ahead. His tee time's after you. So I was like, oh, okay. And then the guy was like, yeah, I think I'm right after you, but I could just play with you guys if you want. And so, we're like, oh yeah, of course. Spinning our heads, we're like, why would you want to join strangers if you're already by yourself? Like that just sounds so nice to get to golf
That
by
sounds
yourself.
glorious. I would love to golf by myself. Yeah. That sounds awesome.
Like, and now you have to kind of like play with these strangers. And he was walking and we're in a golf cart. Huge bottleneck to what Isaac and I are trying to.
Yeah.
It's like he's just going to be so much slower.
Especially when it's cold outside and you're trying to you're not trying to, line up the shots very quickly. You're like,
No, we're not lollygagging
get out.
a ton.
Yeah, hit it.
And so I was like, man, it wouldn't be ideal to play with this guy. But obviously, we're not being rude to him. We're like, oh, yeah, for sure, join us. But then another group comes behind us, and there's all this confusion. And the marshal's trying to figure out, like, who's with who. And he's asking us, he's like, so you guys are just a twosome, right? And Isaac's like, well, yeah, but now we got to play with this guy. And I'm just like, Isaac, like, people don't know when you're being sarcastic. Like, they don't know you, right? Like, that guy doesn't know you. Like, why would he know you're joking? And it's just so, yeah, well, we got to play with this guy now. And I'm like having to like fake, like, to show them like it's a joke.
Hey, he's joking. He's messing with you.
And anyway, then that conversation kind of leads to the guy eventually being like, oh, or no, yeah, I was going to, but I could play with you guys instead. And that guy didn't end up playing with us, probably because of Isaac's joke.
I think Isaac, for the longest time, did not make those jokes. And then he hung out with us enough that he was like, oh, I see how Brad and Jake make those jokes sometimes and they're sarcastic.
I could do this all
and
the
people
time.
like it. People think it's funny. And you have to master those kind of jokes. And every once in a while, we still fall flat on our face. You and I do. You actually told a joke that you bombed just the other day.
Yeah, I unfortunately had to say that was a joke, which is ultimate, just like, I lost, you won.
Yeah, and so, sarcasm, or that one time, what was it? I can't remember the specifics, but something about like at the Starbucks barista. You remember we were going to Texas and the Starbucks barista's like,
a hot single? And I was like, you're looking at him.
Yeah. No, nothing. Yeah.
What?
So
you said hot. No tip.
No tip. So we all struggle through things like that, but I think Isaac is still learning, still in the tutelage stage.
I'm also proud of him. Like, I'm a little tentative to try and like truly be myself if I just met someone, I have a little bit of my guard up, and like once they get to know me, all right, then I'll joke around. And I got to give Isaac some props. Like he will be himself. He's like, I like to joke around, and I will joke around immediately.
He's super sweet. Yeah, with people. Initially and everything. I agree with what you're saying there. But anyway, back to the bachelor party.
Gotta play with this guy.
Yeah, you have in-laws coming now.
Yeah, my cousin Steve, who's a groomsman.
Let me just preface this by saying, I mean, Jake is not like the real sheltered kid in real life, but what you're about to say is like totally something sheltered kid would do on his bachelor party.
As far as like these people who are coming.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. My cousin Steve, he's a year older than me. I invited him. He's not able to come.
Oh, he's not?
But instead,
I hadn't heard that.
His dad is coming.
Yeah.
In his place.
It said my uncle's coming. My uncle's like super cool, guys, okay?
So not only now, for those keeping track, it's like my, 45 groomsmen who are coming. This really fun crew of people, other friends on top of that. But then, so we've got Rachel's dad, my Uncle John, my dad, and my dad's best friend from high school is now coming.
And he probably like lives in Phoenix or something, right? Like,
Well,
he's
that's
just
the thing.
stopping by.
Well, he's very similar time zone.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just, quick, just pop on over. Mm-hmm. And so, anyway, no, it will be really fun. And all the adults, like old adults who are coming are like really, really fun people.
Right. They might be more fun than the rest of us.
Yeah, like uniquely fun people.
Like I'm going to be like, guys, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to bed.
Uncle John's like, we're not playing more blackjack? We got to go to the casino. So, it'll be really fun. My dad like called me and he was like nervous to like tell me this. He's like, here's what I'm thinking because I want to do a bunch of team-based stuff and I think it'd be fun. We could have 4 teams of 4 and the old men would just be their own team. And I was like, 100%, I promise you, I'm okay with this. Steve Coop is amazing.
Yeah.
He's the man. And then even Steve Coop called Rachel. I was like, Jake Zan has invited me to the bachelor party. Like, are you sure this is okay? Like, I promised to everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited. And when I tell people, they're like, this is going to go down in bachelor party history.
And the thing is, like, all of our friends are so adaptable and like so accepting and excited about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, these guys are going to harsh them. It's like, no, we're going to have so much fun together. We're going to like, it just like, it changes the dynamic obviously, but it changes it in a good way. Like we all look at it as like a positive change of like,
totally.
Yeah, let's have some inside jokes with these guys now. Mm-hmm. So
I think anyone in our friend group is not like, I don't want to make more friends.
Yeah.
I don't want to have more fun.
Right.
So
It's going to be wild.
It'd be great.
It'd be great, man. I was in Texas this past, we'll call it 5 days.
Yeah.
And did watch basketball most of the time in Texas, but have a few different highlights of the trip down there and then there as well. First of all, we stopped at Chick-fil-A in Oklahoma. It's kind of like our main place that we always stop on the way. We only stopped once on the way down, which was like a big deal for
Kansas City
kids.
to Dallas.
Yeah. Stopped once in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Sure.
Have you been there? No, from Muskogee.
Seen the signs.
Yeah, great. I mean, just amazing place, let me tell you. But stopped there at the Chick-fil-A and, we're getting all the kids out of the car. And Bo is in this huge cowboy stage right now. Like, always wanting to wear his cowboy boots, wanting to wear his chaps, wanting to wear his hat.
Yeah.
He's got this holster and he's got a toy gun. And so before I know it, we're walking into Chick-fil-A. I'm asking him what he wants. And I look down and he's got his gun in his holster, like at Chick-fil-A. And I was like, I mean, obviously it has like the orange tip on it and everything, but I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. But I was like, whatever. I'm not going to.
It's Oklahoma.
It's Oklahoma. He didn't nap that day. I'm not going to like push my luck.
He never like pulls it in public if he napped.
No.
Or if he didn't nap.
If he's unruly, he's not going to do anything crazy with the gun. And so I just was like, I'll let it go, whatever, who cares? And Catherine hadn't seen the gun yet. Catherine was like changing Rosie in the bathroom or something. And so I tell Hattie and Bo to go play in the play place. There's only like 2 other kids in there. No problem. Right. And, I order all my stuff. I go sit down. Catherine comes and sits down next to me and she looks back at the play place. She's like, Bo is shooting those kids with his gun. And you see him like, how like 2-year-olds have like funny, like really, really jerky movements. So he's just like, and I'm like, oh, and the kid seemed like he was enjoying it because he's from Oklahoma too, this kid.
Good.
And then 2 minutes later this kid has the gun, he's shooting Bo.
Good.
So they're just having a good time playing playing cops and robbers or whatever they're doing, but
Cowboys and Native Americans.
Cowboys and Straffords,
Cowboys and Aborigines.
Cowboys and Chiefs.
Good.
Yeah.
Warriors. On play places.
Yes.
Are they? Is a play place like? Is that a good product? Like, is it? Are those good?
Yes.
They are.
Wait,
Like,
what exactly?
Like, they seem like small to me and not that exciting. But is it exciting enough for a kid?
Yeah, I think so. Especially if you're on a road trip, you've been cooped up sitting in the seat for so long.
Go get some energy out, shoot
it's,
some
it's
randos.
great for parents because it's like it's enclosed, and, so you're not like worried about them running off. It's great for the kids. obviously a playground outside would be better. But yeah, Bo's still like nervous to go up the stairs of a playground.
Okay, it's
so, like,
plenty.
It's plenty for him. Hattie is about as content as anybody with most things, and so she thought it was so fun, and just like like those one day friends. They're just making friends in there, playing
Shooting
games.
friends.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun than sitting and doing word searches in the car. So.
How funny would that be if your kids, for some reason, had a knack to like follow up? Like they didn't really like this whole one day friend thing, and Bo was like, you looked in and Bo was like getting that kid's like home phone number.
You just
Bo's
see
like,
him.
we should do this to get some.
Bo like whips out a notepad from his pocket.
He's like, "Are you guys from Muskogee? Like, I could talk to my parents. We could stop here more. Like, we come to Dallas a lot. Like, Bo like was like
right.
networking.
Let's hang out every time. Let's get here
We
every
should try
time.
and coordinate. Like,
And is it always Chick-fil-A? Do you know of a better spot for us? Like, do they have better slides somewhere?
your mom and my mom should exchange numbers, and we'll have to do this again sometime. That would be awesome. Having like a
and by the way, do you guys have a home church here in Muskogee? Because if so, maybe like we'll think about coming for a Wednesday night Awana sometime.
We totally could.
That would be funny. Hattie has started like trying to like set up play dates with her and her friends at gymnastics that we don't know. She's like, I told Riley that her mom needs to talk to you because we want to play together sometime.
Fun.
I'm like, look at you making some plans.
It's a good way to meet people in adulthood too, through your children. Now you get to meet Riley's parents.
And that's the
Hope
thing.
they're not free.
Is that I don't really know how. Maybe Ghosties in the comments can tell us. I don't know how to like have a play date with like do the parents come and stay at the house for the play date, or do they drop them off? I don't know how things work in 2023. Because like back in the day, I feel like we just went over to our friend's house and they dropped us off, and then our parents came and picked us up.
Yeah,
but I don't know like when I was 5 years old, 6 years old now for Hattie, how that works. But
interesting.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's fun.
So
good luck with that.
Bo brought a gun in public, but it was Oklahoma, so it was okay. The other things I wrote down.
Real quick, speaking of kind of the South and Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah,
Baby.
I had some Good Ranchers last night, and it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was wondering. You came over after dinner, and I was like, dude, what's up with you? Like, what is that glow about you, bro?
And I said, oh, well, Rachel thawed some chicken, and it was pre-seasoned, and we just kind of air fried it, and it was amazing.
Wow, yeah.
It really was. It was so easy. Rachel like texted me. She's like, hey, are you at, are you still at the house like working? And she's like, yeah, can you like thaw out this chicken? Which the thawing process was kind of interesting to me. I was like, no, just like set it out. She's like, put it in a bowl, any temperature water. It's like, doesn't matter. She's like, actually, they say not to do hot.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fun.
Anyway,
I
just on
hadn't heard
thawing.
that. Okay.
Who knows?
It just makes it thaw more evenly, maybe.
I do not know. I have no idea the science of it.
Yeah, great.
Timon, do you know the science?
No idea.
Ah, okay. Just in case.
I like the idea of like, Timon, you're about to say something. Right?
Timon, you had your hand up.
Timon, go ahead. No? Okay. I thought yeah.
That's so great. When someone's not on camera, you're like, Timon?
Okay.
Oh, it looked like you wanted to
he's
interrupt
just
me.
begging to say something.
You unmuted. Go ahead. Yeah.
He took his hat off and he was waving it at us. Like now he gets quiet.
Yeah. It's like on The Office. Sorry, Good Ranchers. We'll get back to you. It's like on The Office whenever Michael is, with Oscar at that big convention, and Michael's like, tell him what you were telling me, Oscar. Like, this is good stuff.
Oh,
and Oscar's
yeah.
like, I
He
feel like
just
we were in
clams
good
up.
hands, capable hands. He's like, that's not what you were telling me.
Dude, my brother does the exact same thing. He'll like, I'll say something. He's like, wait, but you told me you hated it. I'm like, and it's like, I don't know how to like, how to
dude.
come clean. Like
Yeah. You
like,
gotta
I'm telling
be
the
careful.
truth.
Yeah.
He sounds so convincing.
Oh, your brother's like messing with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
It's like
it
if
was
I'm,
like
if I'm
your
telling
little-
my parents I like something, he's like, wait, but you just told me you hated it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not true.
Wait, no.
He's joking.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, you do love it. Yeah. I'm sure. Wait, you told me
That's a
you got
good
home
one.
at. Oh, Yeah, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Yeah,
And it's like, how do you recover from that? 'Cause-
yeah.
yeah,
The more you like get fired up, the more like guilty you probably look.
yeah, exactly.
It's the Sacagawea thing.
Yeah.
Have you heard about how Catherine says Sacagawea? Sacagawea?
No.
She's not even here to defend herself, so it's not fair. It's like the smallest lie ever, and Catherine can't defend it because it's like she doesn't say Sacagawea,
Yeah.
but it's really fun to be like, no, she thinks it's pronounced Sacagawea. Everyone else says Sacagawea, but she says Sacagawea, and she's like, no, I don't.
And
no,
then she's
I
like,
don't.
no, I do not. And
I
it's like,
don't.
see?
Seriously.
See?
See, here she goes. She's gonna deny.
Not
it.
again.
Yeah. So anyway,
Anyway, how do we get?
so you had
talking
some.
about-
Just.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
Timon was trying to interrupt
Timon
us.
was trying to say something. Yeah, about
I
the
don't know
thawing
how,
process.
I don't know how thawing works.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had several just fillets of Good Ranchers chicken last night. It really was great. It was so like easy. I was like, dinner's already ready. Rachel's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Weird right now. We had some pre-seasoned chicken, air fried it, put it on some pita bread. Honestly, it was a new meal for me last night. It was
Ooh.
Kevin Malone style. This is a new food for me. Rachel, it was like
sounds
kind of a Greek type dinner. She like put some tzatziki. Is that
Yeah.
even the right word?
I don't know if
Timon,
that's how
were
you
kinda-
pronounce
no,
it,
sorry.
but Timon, you're Greek,
Timon, you're Greek.
right? Italian, man. I don't know if that's. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Tzatziki.
So that was on there. It just looked like ranch dressing with like cilantro in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then some other type of like dressing, which I should know the name of now, but it was pretty good. And then there was some lettuce in there and just kind of balled it up.
I like the idea of it like some other kind of dressing. It's not even dress. It's hummus. Like, I mean, it's like really thick dressing.
Some like authentic Greek thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it was great. And I really
Yeah.
look forward to more Good Ranchers food.
The only issue I have with Good Ranchers is that there's never leftovers. Right? You know, I would love to go in there right now and eat some Good Ranchers chicken, but there's none left, brother.
I think, yeah, my biggest complaint is it's not in my mouth right now.
Is that there's not even more of it. Yeah. No, my whole family actually, when I was in Texas, like Catherine's side of the family ordered Good Ranchers. They were all excited about it. And yeah, it's got so many great options, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because it's not just chicken.
It's
you
not.
would think
If
like,
you have a tick bite going on, plenty of chicken and fish for you, but yeah.
but they got some good beef.
Yeah. And
We'll introduce Timon's parents to the beef.
Yeah, you get bacon with every subscription order, I believe. You can enter to win free bacon for a year. Go to goodranchers.com. And yeah, Good Ranchers. American meat delivered.
The crazy thing for me is that if you commit to a subscription right now, the price never changes for life. That's pretty amazing.
You're locked in. Get it now.
Because I don't know if you've been following the news, but beef prices are going skyrocketing right now, and it's not even good beef. Good Ranchers is good beef, and it's at a good price, and you should support them because they support us.
Good company. $20 off with code GRKC.
GRKC, goodranchers.com.
Cool. Back to Texas, Oklahoma.
Back to Texas, Oklahoma. Yeah. Bo is, like I said, just running around like a cowboy constantly, dude. Like, I mean, he was literally like in his cowboy garb, but then he had a seahorse, a stick horse,
Ooh, okay,
and he
fun.
called it Silver, like Lone Ranger. And he just, but the thing that he does perfectly is, you know how like cowboys, it's more like rodeo cowboys, but they take their hat kind of as they're going, they kind of like slap the horse with it. Bo has mastered the horse slap as he's running. I mean, he's like kind of yelling like little, like, I don't know, manly grunt kind of, and it's amazing. He's just stomping all around, and there's not much more to it than just, I was just enamored by him for like 30 minutes.
I would love to see Bo just
he was running around in a circle in the house,
spanking himself.
I
basically.
mean, yeah, the hat movement is perfect. And then yesterday when I got home from working with you, I pulled up and he comes out of the porch doing the same thing with this hat, just running up and down. So he wants to be a cowboy.
I'm really looking forward to hopefully like this summer or even just this spring. Once it starts getting warmer out, like being able to like just play with your kids outdoors more. Honestly, I think Bo might be my outdoor kid. Hattie might be my indoor kid because we're connected on Egypt. We're connected on, some just scholastic type things.
Oh, yeah. Hattie just got a bedtime math book for her birthday yesterday. You would love it.
Bedtime math.
It's just like, it's just all sort of math problems, and yeah, she's great, and she'll be great in the outdoors too because she'll teach you probably some things. she'll be like, listen, this is how you garden, this is how you plant some vegetables.
This is a poinsettia. Oh wow, that was a weed.
The old summer poinsettias, yeah.
See, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe they grow in the summer, but it's like a big Christmas thing.
Oh, those are poinsettias.
Yeah.
I can
the red
picture them
ones.
now. Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
Timon, you were Say, no.
Hey, go ahead. No?
Okay, you clammed up again.
Okay, bud. Hey, no problem. If it's too big of a moment for you, just scale back.
Give the mic to somebody else.
Go trick another girl.
We were talking about playing outside with your kids. It just reminded me, Rachel wants to get your kids maybe one of those backyard slip and slides.
Okay.
But keep it at our house because we have that tiny little hill.
Perfect.
Yeah. And
I
just
love
keep it
it.
over here.
I love
have
that.
a fun thing. Like, you want to go over and slip and slide?
On our way home from Texas, Hattie was like so dramatic sounding. And I'm like, you're such a, diva. But she's like, we have to go see Miss Rachel tomorrow. It's been days since we've seen her. And I'm like, give me a break. But have we talked on the podcast about the little bird?
I don't think so. Bird cage?
Yeah.
It's a hard word to find. Rachel and I always get it wrong too. I always say
bird feeder. We'll call it a bird feeder.
birdhouse.
Birdhouse.
Yeah, see?
Bird cage.
I confirmed bird cage. See, I always get it wrong. Rachel, I always get it wrong too.
Birdhouse because it's wooden. Bird cage is more see-through, translucent.
Sure.
Yeah, there's you mentioned last night, the old owners of the house were so nice to leave us some great things.
They left us, just trash, an old fridge with stuff still in the fridge and the freezer, an oil drum filled with ash, some of their children's belongings, several balloons, a sled, a ton of crap in the attic.
Yeah, they left in a hurry.
But one of the things was a bird house.
A birdhouse. Not up on a tree, though, I don't think. It was just
on the ground.
In the lawn. Yeah. And it hasn't moved from the lawn.
No.
But one of the things that we're starting to do, Rachel and our kids are starting to put little treasures in for each other back and forth. So when Catherine and the kids go on walks, they'll go and see what Miss Rachel has in there for her. And then they might put a little note in there for her or something. It's so cute.
Rachel said she wants to establish some type of flag system. When the flag is up, it means there's a prize in the box.
Yeah, perfect. That's so fun.
Yeah.
Or Paul Revere style.
Ooh.
One
if in cage, two if.
Two if by slip and slide. Something like that.
A lot of potential for new neighbors.
A lot of potential. Let's see. A few more things, just updates on my life. Rosie, I think, is the happiest baby of all time. I don't know.
Chill.
She's very, very happy. She's doing this thing right now where you look at her, she starts smiling, she throws her head back, and she's like, ah! And it's just so sweet. And then the last thing that I had written down about Texas was just watching. We watched 4 days in a row of basketball. 3 days in a row of basketball together, me and my father-in-law, and it was glorious. But also my father-in-law is definitely he's a funny guy. I'll say this. I'll preface. He has different comedy routines that he definitely does throughout the games. And honestly, he is a funny guy. I genuinely think he's funny, but I'm also his son-in-law, and I'm also the kind of guy that when I can tell somebody's trying to make a joke, I usually laugh at them because people would feel good if you'd laugh at their jokes. And so I wrote down a few different things that he would just love. He just loves a captive audience. And so, the entire day he's just making jokes about different things. The one big one, do you know who Kevin Harlan is? He's the announcer.
Yes. Yeah.
My father.
I'm calling both games.
He's awesome. I hope he's, Jim Nance is retiring from March Madness, and I hope that Kevin Harlan is the new guy. But my father-in-law observed that Kevin Harlan does a very extended, whenever he's observing a play or yelling about a play, he just keeps doing a run-on sentence. Right. And so my father-in-law basically did the same thing. Anytime Kevin Harlan got excited, he'd be like, and then there they go. They're going down the court and they make it, and it's a crazy atmosphere, and it's crazy. And what is it? And I'm like, I get the joke, and I'm starting to laugh at it. He just keeps going, and I'm like, okay,
cool.
Yeah. And then he loves all the Charles Barkley commercials. Every time one of those came on, he just died laughing. Gary did. And then the other one that he did was he loved anytime there was he would just do metaphors for mascots all the time. He'd be like, the Blue Jays, get on their, soar on their wings and get to the next round.
Oh gosh,
I enjoyed it. No, it was really fun. It truly was fun, but it was one of those things where it's he knows he's got a captive audience here with his son-in-law who loves his daughter very much, and so he's going to spend plenty of time. And I love watching sports as much as Gary does, and so we just watched all these games together, and he was doing all these funny bits.
Does he have any old man tendencies when it comes to watching basketball? Anything he's really big on, they're not blocking out. Consistent complaints about the way basketball is played.
A little bit of getting the ball inside or drive to the basket.
There it is. What's with the 3-pointers?
To be fair, like he is really evolved. Like he is really like he watches a lot of sports, so he knows ball. But there's sometimes where I agree with them, where it's like they're not making the threes; they need to just drive to the basket.
And what is the stimp on this court?
what kind of court stimp these guys got? That's good, Timon. I could tell you were waving your hand.
That's why his hand was up.
Just itching over here.
Yeah, you could tell he knows what he's talking about. But yeah, he says that he's a big fan of like, they're down by, let's say they're down by 4 points late in the game. Hey, just go for 2. Like score 2
we don't need a 3 here.
Yeah, we don't need a 3 here is a classic one. We don't need a 3, just score 2. And I agree. Like most of the things I'm like, I agree with you, but it is kind of old school, like what he's saying. He was and I agree with this too. Like the Purdue, so Purdue lost Timon. Purdue was the number one of the best top 4 teams in the entire 68 team tournament.
Okay.
And they lost to literally like the worst or one of the worst teams in the tournament.
Yikes.
Huge upset. And Purdue had this guy that's like 7'4", and the other team's tallest player was 6'4", I think.
They were the shortest team in Division I basketball.
They were the shortest team. And so, of course, my father-in-law was like, why aren't they passing to the big man every single time?
Yeah.
And I didn't have a good answer for him.
Get Goliath the ball.
Yeah, seriously. So that was one of those times where it was like the big man is kind of dying in basketball unless they're really versatile. But at the same time, it's like, surely it's not that dead. Like, just throw the ball after that guy. So anyway.
I had Purdue winning my bracket. And then so once that happened, I have not checked anything.
Crumpled it.
Kind of out on that.
Yeah, it's rough.
Oh, well. Do we want to talk about maybe some things new in our life? Maybe some things that we like. For the first time, we tried this week.
Yeah, I would love to try some things.
Something we tried this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go first. What'd you try this week, Jake?
One of the first things I think of that I tried this week actually came from something we first tried at your house. Mm-hmm. Something I first tried in a gifted class back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Logic puzzles.
Oh.
Had fun racing with Rachel and Catherine. You guys got your own book at your house, so we bought our own.
Yeah.
And it's been nice. Kind of like Hattie's like bedtime math. I'm kind of doing my own. Nighttime lodge.
You bought your own, so you purchased it?
There it is. Yes, I did.
Good for you.
Yeah, so that's something new this week. Really getting down on logic puzzles, and it's fun.
Logic puzzles?
Logic puzzles. I feel like I'm working like kind of that part of my brain that used to do math a lot and just used to do school a lot that I don't do very much.
Yeah. You're Abdullah Chaiklangada.
Keep it coming.
That one didn't really work. Tell me more about the logic puzzles. Like, are they similar to the ones that you guys did?
I'm starting at the front of the book, so they're not as robust.
But are they like word problems?
Yeah, same exact like problems.
Okay,
whatnot. Rachel actually pointed out something like, it's almost like they'll give you, like, if you don't know, these logic puzzles are like set up in a grid. It almost looks like a Punnett square type thing.
I feel like it's like a word. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's like a word version of a Sudoku.
Oh, I've never thought of it that way. Yes. Yeah, in a way, it's like if this, then that. Okay, if not this, or this, then probably this or whatever. You're crossing out things that cannot exist to try and find what is existing. And so it'll give you clues. Like, let's say this logic puzzle is all about ice cream. There's 5 different guys, 5 different ice cream flavors. One of them is chai. And there's 5 different types of toppings they got on it, and 5 different restaurants where they got ice cream or whatever.
Okay.
You have to pair all these up. So to give you clues, like Roger did not get vanilla. Okay, I can cross that off. So those are like the clues. Those actually help. But before the clues, there's just like a preamble that is so unnecessary already. Like, no one needs to read it, right? It's just like, I don't need any of this.
It just gives you some fun. Like, imagine with me, you're in.
Roger and his friends always go out and eat ice cream
every Friday after their pickup basketball game.
And so it's kind of this thing like, all right, you don't really need to read this or whatever. But Rachel, of course, like reads the whole sheet. She's such a student. And she pointed out that some of them have like even extra unnecessary information. It would say like, Rhonda is picking out, Rhonda and her 4 friends are picking out 5 different types of flowers. She hasn't picked them out yet, and then in parentheses, because she's late, like always.
Oh,
and they were just
throwing shade at Rhonda for no reason.
It was like, Rachel's like, look at this. Like, why is this in here? I was like, wait, that is really weird. Like, it's already unnecessary. And on top of that, it's like this personality trait that has nothing to do with like females and flower types or whatever. It's like, because she's often late. She's not super punctual. Her parents raised her in a kind of broken household. It's just like, we don't need to know this.
Yeah, so, she's like, she hasn't bought them yet because, she's in crippling debt right now.
Money's a little tight right now.
Yeah.
A lot of it was in crypto, and that did not go well for her. And so, yeah, I was doing a logic puzzle last night when Rachel got back from counseling stuff, and she was like, "Ooh, does it have like anything in parentheses this time?" or whatever she asked. I was like, "No, this one's pretty standard." So
I think from now on, you just make up your own narrative the whole time. Like, no, of course Roger wouldn't have vanilla. Like that guy is adventurous. And
That's
he
just not
went,
him.
He just went to Chike's Peak, like last summer and climbed the whole thing.
there it is.
So.
Anyway, what's something you tried this week?
I tried. I mean, speaking of Texas, the same. I tried containing my frustration while watching my favorite basketball team lose while my in-laws watched with me. And it was tough. It was one of those things. KU was playing Arkansas. I know we got some Razorback listeners here. KU didn't have their coach, their legendary Hall of Fame coach, has been suffering some illnesses, weird heart stuff. And so, but KU should have won. They played the better game, and at the end they just lost it. And I analyzed it later. Like there's no right way to watch as the in-law, as everyone else watching it with me. There's no right way for them to watch it because they did a pretty good job of like being invested in the game and like caring about the game with me. But even that kind of like was hard for me because it's like you don't really care. You're gonna leave in 2 minutes and not care about this at all, and it's gonna bum me out for the next like 5 days, but then again, if they like didn't say anything or if they weren't paying attention at all, then I'd be frustrated about that of like, why am I here watching it with them? Why can't I just be in my own room watching this thing? So I think maybe the best thing is to just be quiet the entire time, but then that's no fun for anybody. So I just contained my frustration. I think they kind of saw like, oh, Brad cares a lot about KU basketball.
Wow, Brad just threw the remote.
Whoa.
It's stuck in the drywall.
Okay, the chai wall. And yeah, so I tried just trying to be a good person and have perspective. And I think I did do a pretty good job of having a good attitude afterwards. It's just one of those things that like, the NCAA tournament is so fun, but then when your team loses, kind of like you're saying, when like your Purdue loses,
that's the point.
It's kind of like, okay, this isn't as fun anymore. Like those first 2 days though are just heavenly. It's just so fun. So anyway, I tried just caring about more than sports. Sometimes life's bigger than sports, Jake.
Sometimes it is.
Okay.
It's bigger than guys like Alan Chiverson. It's not all about that.
Yeah. Derek Chider.
Better than I could have come up with on the spot.
I almost just said Jeter.
It's better than Mark Matrier. Right?
Right? Albert Chai Holes.
Pool holes. Chai holes. Anyway, the reason we're saying chai so much is because Chike coffee right here. Can you hear it? Probably not because it's almost empty because we consume it a lot. Anyway, but Chike is sponsoring us again. They sponsor that segment, something we tried this week, because they got a new chai flavor. So check them out. It's protein coffee powder. Everyone loves Chike whenever they try it or, when they've sponsored us before. So,
yes.
And they're giving you guys 25% off, which is absurd. So go do this before they change their mind and realize they're losing a lot of money by doing it. So use code Ghostrunners at chike.com, CHIKE. Chike! A chike! Chike.com, code Ghostrunners, 25% off, and chai some chai. But they've also got other flavors, and you can subscribe and save, and try out some new sample packs and whatnot.
So good, guys. It'll energize you. It'll fill you up. It'll do it all. Oh wait, did you have some? Timon?
Chai!
Yeah, Timon.
That caught me so off guard because, like I said last time, I can't really see Timon, and I didn't know
He was looking down his phone. He wasn't even like.
I didn't even know who said that. I didn't see the enthusiasm.
That was great, dude.
Caught me so off guard.
Yeah, it's no longer Timon. It's Timon.
Timon.
Timon is going to chime in.
Oh,
Timon, you want to chime in?
Chime in with Timon.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, something I tried this week / chime in with Timon.
Go ahead and chime in.
Yeah. Go ahead
Chime in real quick.
Yeah.
That's great. Well,
Thank you
check
to
them out.
Chike for sponsoring us. Please support them and support us. We appreciate it.
Cool. Chime in. Dang, that's good.
You want to chime in? Go ahead.
Anyone else want to sponsor us? We will make a ton of
my
puns with
gosh.
your name.
We have so much fun with it.
If your flavors are good.
Flava Flavs.
We had a fun little Zoom call kind of thing last night.
Yep.
With all the people coming to Florida, which was really fun. The main thing I want to bring up is technically it was a Google Meet call, and you would think Catherine, when she joined, was some sort of Neanderthal.
My gosh. The girl
It was
is
so funny.
30. How old is she? 32 going on 80.
What'd your watch say there?
I know. It's one of those. Yeah. It says it's Wednesday, March 22nd.
Okay, so yeah.
So, Yeah, she is so old school with stuff like that.
Just immediately, Rachel and Catherine come down like, hey, join in. And just like, whoa, what is this?
Whoa, there are so many faces on there.
Whoa, so you guys are
You
are calling everyone and they could see us, and it's like we were in the middle of like talking to them, and now it's just like Catherine's like, whoa.
That is honestly the bigger thing, like, is that blows my mind, is how she doesn't like understand that like everything you're saying, everyone else can hear. And like
you have 100% of their attention.
Yeah, it's like, because sometimes we'll do like Instagram lives, very rarely, but she'll be like, what are you doing? What? Oh. And like she'll like whisper to me, and I'm like, everyone can still hear you when you whisper to me.
Because I feel the pressure. If you're on any kind of live stream or call, it's like I need to be engaging the entire time.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
no lag time, no off conversations. Like this is it. They're giving me their time. Right. I need to,
Yeah,
respect it.
We did so much of those Zoom calls. We did do a lot of Zoom calls recently for that K-Life hiring, but so many of them were her like off to the side and my microphone was muted. Like she was listening, but she wasn't even in the shot because she was doing motherly things. Like she was, reading a book to go to bed, or she was folding laundry or whatever. So, yeah. So in some ways it's like, I guess you kind of know what we're doing here, but it was just like one of those things. And then somebody would talk and I'd be like, oh, Catherine, what do you think about what Patrick said? And she's like, where are you seeing these?
How do you know it's Patrick?
Where is he? And it's like, it's the one that says Patrick. And whenever he talks, the blue light like pops up. Like
they make it pretty easy.
Well, she was like amazed that you could raise your hand, like virtually raise your hand.
Like click this button.
She's like, how are you seeing this?
Where are their hands going? But honestly, it made it funny. It was almost like this recurring joke that I don't think Catherine was doing on purpose, but ended up being great. It was so funny.
Oh yeah. It's amazing. Like I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it was like, she's not good at technology at all. like she had an iPhone before me. And so for a while she would like teach me when I first got my iPhone what to do. And now it's like, what? Did you just not use your phone for 4 years, or what happened here?
That's fun to think about things, even in Rachel and I's relationship. Like one of us is the expert now and it's going to switch.
Yeah.
What will it be? Either way, that's crazy thing that Catherine at one point taught you something about an iPhone.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine.
Like I remember like she showed me what Instagram was back in the day.
Oh,
because I didn't have I had my little like, BlackBerry like knockoff from Sprint.
Yeah.
And she had the iPhone 3.
You showed her what a Bible was. Like here's where I spend my time.
I showed her, yeah. So here's the good stuff right here. So I think one thing that maybe you'll eventually surpass Rachel at, but you're not quite there yet, is decorating hall trees. You want to talk about that?
Sure, yeah. First, I need to come clean to my father who listens to this podcast. So
okay, Jake, go ahead and come clean.
So let's start from the beginning. My dad.
I'm going to be your father in this.
Okay, great. He calls me up one day.
I called you up. Hey, bling, 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 bling.
Bling, bling.
What do you? I feel like whenever you answer, he's just like, "What are you doing?" Does he say that?
It's usually we both
howdy.
Like, yo, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah,
yeah,
you're good.
Okay.
And so in his company, every year they do like an auction at the. Oh, Timon? Yeah, you coughed. What was that?
All right, so in my company, every year we do like an
auction.
An auction
where the different salespeople accrue points throughout the year, and you can use those points to bid on items that the company has available for you.
Yeah, so you know how it goes. We get points that we accrue throughout the year, and we get to bid on different items.
And it's fun. My mom and dad together are this like amazing tag team. My dad's a great salesman, has all these points, like the most in the company. Mm-hmm. And my mom is just so detail oriented, where she's got a spreadsheet of every item that's possible. She's
like
finding
knows
out
what's a deal,
the
and
MSRP and the point value. Like this is undervalued.
Do not go over $349 for this thing. You think it's expensive because of like their suggested value, but really like they're ripping you off on this one.
And it's impressive because it's not just like 1 point is $1. It's like 1,000 points is $1. So it's kind of hard. You have to do this math in your head of like, all right, is the stainless steel grill worth 58,000 points? Like, I don't know. It's
I love this. Yeah.
And so they found all these deals, and it's so fun. They get so excited. They end up with all these like kind of new big gifts and appliances every year. And I don't know if most of them get used, but I think now to the point like they just got to give them. I think my dad got a 0-turn radius lawnmower one year.
Wow.
So there's been all in on that.
Stuff. Yeah,
like high value stuff. And I'm like, nowadays, the last few years, it's always like trying to get stuff for me and Caitlin, or like they got like just like a big like love seat before, or ottoman, decent sized stuff,
or like something like that you could eat chips while you're reading.
Yeah, that was Santa actually. That was Santa's stocking that I got. Great gift. But So they were like, hey, would you and Rachel want this like hall tree?
Hey Jake, we got this hall tree. We were wondering if you and Rach wanted it. You call him Rach yet?
I don't think
Call her
so.
Rach? Yeah. Okay. I know.
And I was like,
he says Kate.
Yeah, he does sometimes. I was like,
Kate didn't want it. Said that Braden couldn't handle it.
Kate and her idiot fiance. They didn't want it.
He's averse to trees after he got lost in the forest one time.
Averse to trees.
Yeah.
And so we'll take the hall tree. It's great. And
All right.
about a week or two ago, I opened up the box. Rachel was gone. Maybe it was the Friday you were in Texas. It might have been last week or something. I don't know. Either way, I was like, maybe I'm going to assemble this. And I opened the box, and there are 1,000 pieces to this. It was the most intense, like IKEA times 5 of like what it would have taken to assemble this thing. And I'd always heard of TaskRabbit, but I'd never done it before, so I looked into it. And yeah, it was awesome. Some guy came in, and this is a professional. He comes in and just assembles things for a living. It still took him an hour and a half to do it. So who knows how long it would have taken me to do it.
Wow.
Like he just got to work. He lays out this blanket. Like there was no small talk. You ready to work? And I was like, go for it. I was like, you want me to put some March Madness on? Music? Do you need a drink or anything? He like didn't want to chat. He didn't want anything. He was just there to work.
I love it. This guy's he makes money off of efficiency. So he's like, I don't need anything, bro. Get out of my way.
Sipping's a waste of time, brother. Unless it's chike, maybe.
That's right.
And so
That's chike.
anyway, but yeah, it was like cost me like $45 for him to do that in an hour and a half. And during that time,
Which is like 45,000 points.
45,000 points.
Yeah.
Or so. And also during that time, I edited our Mizzen and Main video. So it's just a great picture of the time value of money.
Yeah, time is money, baby.
And
Timon is money. This guy is money.
And anyway, me and my dad were on a phone call. I was kind of running around doing something. And, I'd sent my parents a picture of the hall tree. And I was like, yeah, look good. Was that pretty easy to assemble? And I would go, yeah, wasn't too bad. Because we were about to be...
Took about an hour and a half. No lies.
I did say,
oh, yeah.
It was easy for me.
Yeah.
Because I think we called to talk about wedding stuff. It's like, we're about to go to this other conversation.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to tell him that I paid someone else to do it. Because my dad is the one, I mean, he mows every lawn in Greene County. It's like, I'm not going to pay anyone to do this. My parents are in the hospital. I'm going to mow their lawn. Angie and John, they're having some health issues. I'm going to mow their lawn too.
Now my son's paying some
hillbilly.
Yeah, some task jackrabbit to do something for me. And I get him the thing for free and he can't even put it together.
And so, yeah, Dad, sorry, I kind of lied on the phone, but it was easy to put together.
But, I mean, how valuable is a hall tree when it's naked, right?
So that's the thing. I was like, yeah, Rachel's out of town. I think it would be really fun for her to come back to her house, and I've like decorated it. And so I just got to work. I've never decorated really anything, much less a hall tree next to our fireplace, but it fits really nicely in there. And yeah, I just threw together, I found this lamp and threw that on top of it. And I found some books. Sponsor of Wednesday's episode.
Yeah, shout out.
Little
Elizabeth
preview. Put that book on the shelf. I put some fake plants that I found. And then I folded up a blanket and put it on it, which Rachel thinks is hilarious. But
where'd you put the blanket?
On the very top.
I think that's what really put it over the top. Like literally.
Yeah. I went and got some of Rachel's coats and hung them on the rack, but the coat colors match the rug.
Oh.
And our bar stool color.
Oh.
And anyway, decorated it and sent it to my mom. And I was like, thanks for the hall tree. And she was like, well, somebody's watching HGTV. And I was like, I guess that's good. And this is my first hall tree. So
yeah,
all
Rachel,
that to say,
we couldn't get over the blanket.
10 years from now, maybe I'll be the decorator.
You might be the one, putting things together. Well, making a house a home.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
Rachel will be the TaskRabbit. She'll be assembling it.
She'll be hopping around. Oh my gosh.
Hopping around. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm trying to think what else happened this week. Our friend Morgan Caldwell, she hollered at me. She's like, hey, me and my friends want to we want to kind of start a brand. We're all nurse practitioners. We're all Christians. We're all moms. We want to kind of hit that niche.
Nailed it. Finding you.
Yeah, the most about all this stuff.
Yeah.
No, but they just wanted a ton of social media advice. Wanted to ask a ton of questions. So I was like, yeah, let's FaceTime. We hopped on, and it was actually really fun.
Cool.
It was affirming to feel like I know things, and I think this might have been the first time in my life that I've spoken and people have written things down.
Oh.
It felt good.
Yeah.
To say things and oh, hold on, what is that? I was like, oh, that's kind of fun.
Say that again. SEO. Okay.
Okay. Stimp meter.
Do you remember? Okay. Give us two or three bullet points of things that you give us some advice.
One thing that I had to kind of re-steer them in is they're like, what do you think like our first video should be? Like our introduction to who we are. And I was kind of just like, tried to like really politely say like, I don't think you need to make a video like introducing yourselves. Like,
Okay.
it's not going to perform well. I don't think it really matters much. It's like, you still can, but I wouldn't put a ton of effort into like, how do we want to like launch this thing? Like, how's this first video be?
Sure.
So a lot of it, I was really encouraging them. I was like, you guys are in the best spot right now because you have no audience, you have no expectations. You can make anything you want and it doesn't matter. I was like, make 10 very different types of videos. I was like, and iron out, make combined topics. Like do one that's like, let's do 4 videos that focuses on being a mom and a Christian. See how those perform. Do 4 videos that focus on being a mom and a nurse practitioner. See how those perform. Do 4 videos that involve being a nurse practitioner and a Christian. See how those perform.
Right.
Gather some data there.
Right.
And then do some random ones. I was like, I can't stress enough how just freeing it is to not have any expectations.
Sure.
You don't have a posting schedule. You can do whatever you want right now.
Yeah.
So don't think about it too much. Right now, you're just getting stuff out there. You're just practicing. You're just getting better. Have fun. Don't stress about the content too much.
They write it down.
Write that down. First 3 to 5 seconds. Really important.
Did you have?
Timon's got it. Oh, he's just writing it down. Oh, yeah, he just got the pen and paper out.
Wait, let's talk about this pencil real quick, Timon. Throw that. Can you throw it my way?
Oh, yeah.
Are you able to throw something? I don't know. Do you ever play sports?
No, you're in a theater.
When was the last time you saw an eraser like this?
Dude, I didn't even know they made them that way anymore. That's a great. I love those erasers though.
Yeah, you're a big Ticonderoga guy, huh?
Oh, all day.
Really?
It's only pencil.
No mechanical?
In the past, a
Aveses?
few. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a big mechanical guy myself, but Catherine, also homeschooled, loved the Ticonderoga.
Sure.
The best.
Good
They're just the
old-fashioned.
best.
That's great. I just have never. Yeah. What? Do you mind if I expose your previous eraser?
Ooh.
Oh boy,
Yikes.
this guy. Okay.
See why he covered it up.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Nice. Oh, and he can catch.
And he can catch.
That's fun.
Right Night Lights.
You want to wrap this puppy up a little bit?
Let's wrap that bad boy up.
Let's do our reviews of the week.
Great.
I'll start.
Mine
Oh, you go.
is coming from username SaintsFan129. Okay. Who'd the Saints just get? Derek Carr. Big Derek Carr fan.
Yeah.
Saints fan 129 helps me jump out of airplanes. 5-star review. It says, I'm writing this after finally finishing every episode of the Ghostrunners podcast after 4 months. That's pretty fast to go through them. I just moved to a new state for the military and I've had a hard time finding Christian community, but the Ghostrunners podcast has helped me find some joy to make it through the tougher days. Brad and Jake's friendship reminds me of so many friends that I've made in the past, which reminds me to be thankful for everything God's given me. Also, my job includes jumping out of airplanes, and listening to the podcast beforehand helps me calm while I'm waiting to jump. Thanks for everything y'all do for the community you've built.
Dang.
Just fun.
Someone in the military jumping out of airplanes listens to us right beforehand.
Like
Not like heavy metal, like rap music.
Saints fan 129. Let's time this up to where you're about to jump out of the plane. And the last thing I want you to hear before you jump out of that plane is this. Ready? Chite!
Have fun on your jump.
You didn't hear it because they already jumped.
Yeah, he's not hearing any of this anymore.
That's
Hey,
amazing.
Saints fan, now you press play and you got that jumping. Sounds like it went well.
Yeah.
You're still able to listen to a podcast. Good job on that. 5-star review on your plane jump.
Wow.
Let us know more. Like,
Yeah, that's a Ghostly Spotlight. Oh, Ghostly Spotlight live on the podcast.
oh yeah, ghostrunners.com/interact.
Yeah. Go ahead and feel free to nominate yourself if you're that cool.
Or yeah, throw something in the Facebook group. Introduce yourself a little bit.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Ghosty Spotlight.
Ghosty
We'd
Spotlight.
Love to shine a spotlight on the awesome ghosties out there. So
Spot lighting.
Yep.
One of you soon. Okay, my review of the week comes from Lydia Jane 41, and it is 5 stars. Good.
heck yeah.
Good. A podcast where comparing apples to oranges is wrong, but somehow comparing cows to horses is right. Brad and Jake are vibrant hosts who provide plenty of chuckles and laugh out loud moments to any mundane daily life slog.
Slog?
You having just a little slog and dawes of a day? Listen to the podcast.
My
Actually,
noggin is slogging.
oh yeah, I forgot we put that over there.
Yeah.
I actually look forward to being woke up at 2 a.m. to feed my baby. I've been listening to old episodes along with current for months now, and y'all never get old. I love seeing how the podcast and community have grown over the years, and wish you guys the best in all future endeavors. Thank you, Lydia Jane. It also reminds me of a comment that Patrick Drummond left on an episode recently. He was just like, this is such a fun time to be a Ghostrunners listener. He's like, this is a cool era of Ghostrunners I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, I hope you guys all appreciate this or something like
Yeah.
that. I was like, dude, thanks. That's really cool.
Yeah, he's so kind. He's so encouraging. Shout out to Patrick.
See him in Florida.
Can't wait to see you in Florida, brother. Let's do this thing.
And I think he's coming to some of the shows.
Is he Northwest? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Washington.
Cool.
Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Brad, would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
I would. Our friend Ross Ferns
Yeah.
wrote a good one. This one's an emotional one because it's just an emotional sounding song. It's just sweet.
Fun song, fun lyrics, Ross.
Fun lyrics.
Fun guy.
Fun guy.
Scott's been able to meet us for lunch every now
Yeah,
and
he's
then
got a
recently.
new job that's close, like pretty close to where we live, or where I live, where Jake's gonna live in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to see him more often. Got to see him yesterday. It was fun. Shout out, Scott.
Shout out Scotty boy. I was telling Hattie the other day, like, about an old birthday party that I had, and I was like, yeah, and we had all these people, and Mr. Scott was there, and she goes, what the heck? What the heck?
Mr. Scott.
You've been friends with him for a long time. I said, I have. He's the man. So
That's fun. Well, thanks, Ghosties, for listening to another episode. Thank you guys for being so fun and supportive all the time. It's just so fun. It makes it so easy and makes this so fun.
Absolutely.
Even just like yesterday, which would have been, I guess, last Tuesday for you guys listening, we put up on the Instagram, like, all right, we're going to try to say something controversial and go viral again on Instagram. Give us your best comments. You guys, it was just so funny.
Hilarious.
Timon got in on it. Everybody got on it. It was just so funny. And you guys are just so creative. And yeah, I think this could be a fun, just inside joke that we keep doing.
yeah,
So
you guys are the best.
you guys are so easy to do stuff like that with.
right.
It's a great community.
It's like, we have an idea. Let's see if the Ghosties will support it. Every time they support
Doy.
it. We love you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you Wednesday for another episode.
Tell a friend.
Tell 5. Love you guys.
Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday